Hello friends, this is JB here on JB's Man Cave and I am in Orem, Utah. I am getting ready to cross the street and I'm going into a path that allows me to cycle against traffic. Not on the road, on this pathway here. This is for bikes and pedestrians. It's fairly large, almost like a road itself. It's all going downhill, so more or less I have to coast, but aren't the mountains in the background beautiful? That's one of the things I love to see here in Utah. The mountains. For me, they stand like soldiers, like bodyguards over everyone below. They have that mighty look, especially with the snow covering it. Now if you're not part of JB's Man Cave, please do subscribe. It's free. You just need to click the subscribe button. That's all. And you give me your support that way. Now we just passed that Orem plaque on the left. So now we're really in Provo. The space between Orem and Provo is like a blur. 1 minute you're in Orem and the next minute you're in Provo. So this area would be Provo, and we're continuing down this path. I would love to see something like this in my own home country, a path this big for both runners, walkers and cyclists. It's huge. On the left is a residential area and on the right is University Parkway, which runs through Provo and Orem, especially in these shopping areas. And the UVX just passed there on the right. That UVX is a bus, articulated bus or slinky bus that you can ride for free. It goes up and down Provo and Orem. In other videos I will actually be riding up this, and you can see how much it's taking me down. Riding up it is a bit of a challenge. In this particular video I will be going to my usual spot by the Provo River, Desert Industries, to check out what they have, make my rounds, and then take the UVX back and start riding back home. So I was lucky to get the walk light there to cross quickly. On the left is sort of like restaurants and apartments. On the right is shopping areas. And in the center is the path for the UVX. The UVX bus has its own lane that other vehicles cannot use, so the buses can go up and down freely. One of the things you will notice with Orem is it's very clean, lots of good infrastructure. It has that tidy look. And with most things in Utah, everything is big. The sidewalk is big, the roads are big. So everything has that gigantic feel to it. You can see from just the other side of the road how far that person is, to tell you how large this University Parkway is. There are many paths that I can use to get to where I'm going, and this is not the shortest way. This is actually a long way, but in these cycling videos I always try to do something different so you don't see the same thing. I'm actually not sure whether it's warranted to even make these videos because it doesn't seem to attract many viewers. However, it is a good record for me, and especially for my boys who likes to see where I'm going and what I'm doing. And in any case, I record regardless of whether I plan to make a video or not, simply because it's for my own safety. I guess I gained that habit from driving my truck. As a lot of you know the crazy driving videos, and I have seen some crazy driving here. It's not very common, but I do see it. Most of the crazy driving tends to come from people either coming out of a minor road or simply just not looking carefully. That's the biggest crazy driving you would get. Nothing compared to my own country. So, or my own homeland, I should say. This is a residential area in Provo. Typical look of houses and stuff. As you'll notice, in a lot of parts of Utah, they try to maintain a lot of trees and greenery, even though it's winter time right now. This is February, mid-February. Yet still, you can still see green trees, pines, and some without leaves. So at some point, when all the leaves on everything starts to bloom again, I will take rides like this, and you can always compare the difference. One thing I like to here in Utah, at least the minor streets do not have a lot of traffic. I mean, there are cars up and down, especially on the major roads, but the minor roads tend to be more or less free. You can see how much I'm riding and nothing has passed me yet. From where I came is elevated, and all of this is a descent, so it enables me to reach where I'm going fast. The only drawback I find with orem, and from what I have observed with other commenters on my channel and elsewhere, orem has an enormous amount of traffic lights. This is Provo, but it's very similar to. There's just lots and lots and lots of traffic lights. So sometimes you reach an intersection and you have to wait and wait and wait. And sometimes the space between the traffic lights isn't that much either, so you might go like 300 feet and you encounter another traffic light and so forth. So there is a waiting period. But I can't complain with the infrastructure. The roads are really good. The ability to have quick access to whatever you need is also good. And as I was saying in some of my other videos, when I first came here, it was very cold. And probably I thought maybe it was overly cold simply because I hadn't acclimatized yet coming from the Caribbean. But even though it's still cold, I'm amazed that we're in mid-February and yet look at that sun, how it's brilliant. And there's no snow, as you can see. I mean, if I didn't tell you it was mid-February, or if you didn't see those mountains with snow on it, you might actually think this is summer. Alright, so I've reached where I'm going. I'm going to cut to that. You can see the large backpack that I have on me. I will show you that in a better angle. Sometimes you guys might be wondering why I breathe heavy when I'm riding. That's because I have stuff on my back. So in addition to my own weight, I also have stuff on my back that I'm riding with. And that makes the journey that more difficult. Now I could just cross the road wait for cars and cross the road from right there, but this way is more adventurous. If you've watched my earlier cycling videos, you would recognize this path. This is where we're crossing the Provo River. But this particular day was Valentine's Day, and I had brought my camera equipment with me because I wanted to do some special messages for my wife. And maybe you have seen those short videos, about 8 videos where I say why I love my wife. Did you see them? If not, check in the shorts section of my channel. The shorts section will show you the videos. Look. Just consider how much time has passed since you have seen this. And look for February 14th around that time. If not, you could do a search on my channel, Why I Love My Wife. And it's around this area, if you recognize it, is where I recorded those videos. Now what's interesting about this particular day is the ducks. Do you see them in the mid of the camera? They were very lively. And after I was getting ready to leave after recording, that duck wouldn't leave. He even started an appearance in some of my videos that I recorded for my wife. And when I was leaving, it seemed like he wanted to go with me. It was really strange. He's at the bottom of your screen if you're not seeing him. A lovely bird, such brilliant colors. And unusually tame. I don't know if people fed him or her before, which you shouldn't do. But he was unusually close to me. And as I'm riding off, he's even coming still. See that? It's unusual to see them coming so close. Look at how lovely that bird is. I could watch this kind of thing for hours. How about you? I did record some more of this beautiful bird. Maybe I'll make some shorts or a longer video of it. Those of you who love ducks would appreciate this. So I was interested to know just how far this duck would go to follow me, so I decided to go this way a bit and try and turn around, but some people were coming, so I decided to move forward a bit and make sort of a loop. By the way, this path is also used for exercising, and you can use it for bike riding, but I find some parts of it is a bit desolate. Don't know if I would want to use it. Not that I have any fear for crime or anything like that, but I just come from a country where crime is a big deal and has made me overly cautious about things. So the duck is still there, and he decided to go back down, which is good. I'm glad to see him go away because some humans can be cruel. So I'm continuing my path here. If I went left, that would take me to some more shopping areas like Ace, Hardware, Target, Dollar Store. There's a supermarket there, pharmacy, etc. But I just love this river. I just like how it looks. And I don't know if you saw it, but the ducks were there. So going up here would be an ascent, although gradual. So you wouldn't notice it in the camera. But for me it's a little bit of a workout. I noticed some of you commented that I'm seemingly so close to the vehicles, and I know it looks like that from the camera, but really I'm not very close to them. In fact, there's a law in Utah that you're supposed to be 3 feet away from cyclists, people on any kind of means of transportation other than a vehicle, like a one-wheel, a skateboard, any of those things. So the cars do try to get away from me, and you know, if I feel like there's some vehicle going to be passing close, usually I would go on the sidewalk. But I really don't like going up there because, well, sidewalks really aren't meant for cycling. I mean, you can use it, but it's more choppy on there. And it's sort of, you know, once you go on the sidewalk, that kind of negates your right of way from the road. You have to wait. There aren't many roundabouts in Utah, as far as I can see. So I'm always impressed when I see one. I always prefer roundabouts to traffic lights. Now sometimes, like for instance, the vehicles are passing close and yet still there's a vehicle parked on the side. So normally what I would do is check the back to make sure nothing is coming, and take that little break to come out into the road, and then make my way back here to the side. Usually drivers are particularly respectful of that. I think for them, they know they want to stay away from you, so they slow down. Again, look at that snow-covered mountain. It's just great. I just love to look at them. In fact, you can actually, one of the ways to predict the weather here is to just look at the mountain. You can always tell what kind of day it will be based on how the mountain looks. Like on warmer days, there would be less snow. Colder days, the mountain would stay as it is, frozen. So you know it's going to be cool. Of course, you could just check your phone, right? The weather is always there. But not always accurate, because some days they'll say lots of rain or snow, and then it turns out to be a sunny day. Sometimes the weather is accurate for the immediate hour, but it really is not accurate for a few hours from the time you're looking, because weather here can change quite a bit. Incidentally, when you're cycling like this, even though there's no snow, because it's still cold, you feel the cold even stronger because the wind is blowing, you're also moving, and that's causing the wind to blow against you even stronger, making you even more cold than it normally is. Just able to catch that light. So this is North Station. This is where you get the UVX. Now sometimes I will record here, but then people will get in my way, so I have to kind of break the recording. But you will also see me walk in front of the camera just now, so you can see how I am normally dressed. You can see that huge backpack on me. That is sometimes filled. You see how much it sticks off of my back? And it may not look like it, but I could be carrying a lot of weight there. Sometimes it could be my groceries or something I bought or whatever. So it could be as much as 40 pounds on top of me. So here comes the UVX. Again, this is a free ride, and there's lots of space to put your bike in the inside. That's what it looks like from the inside. Now sometimes people are talking, so when that happens I can't leave natural sounds. But in this case nobody was talking, so you may like to hear the hum of the bus as it moves. It's going to what would be the university station, and from there I'll get off and then head back home. So I'm going to leave you here. You can watch the rest of this. You have about almost 9 minutes left, and see what happens as the doors open. I really appreciate you being here and supporting me on JB's Man Cave. Please let other people know so they could come and subscribe for free. Thanks so much.